maybe 100%, in some cases, reliant on a single energy source to power our vehicles anymore. It just doesn't make sense, and for that, obviously, is petroleum. So in order for us to reinvent our company, and we are in the midst, again, of a huge revolution at GM that can't be understated, we've identified two basic pathways to eventually remove the automobile from the environment and energy debate, and that involves advanced biofuels like E85 ethanol or biodiesel, like you see with the Chevy Volt, whether it's a fuel cell, a hydrogen-powered electric fuel cell, or a hybrid. We basically call this approach being gas-friendly to gas-free, and we're trying to attack the challenges from a multiple of ways through these different technologies. Because we're here at the Alt Car Expo, I guess I'd like to really focus and we have the Chevy Volt, which is just to my right. It is the first California Saturn Vue that you see in the upper right, the green vehicle, the Chevrolet Equonox Fuel Cell electric car. That is also to my right, and we have 100 of those vehicles on the ground right now in Southern California, New York, and Washington, D.C., or whether it's the Chevrolet Volt, the extended range electric car. And all of these electric vehicles share a lot of the technologies that were pioneered by the EV1. If it wasn't for the EV1 that we made available, powered Equinox fuel cell vehicle and our hybrids. And there is a tremendous amount of technology transfer, whether it's the power control electronics, whether it's the regen braking. Without the EV1, these vehicles, certainly the Chevrolet Volt, would not be here today. We also are putting on the road many hybrids. We have, frankly, 5 hybrids available in showrooms today, 4 more by the end of the year. Everything from large SUVs to pickup trucks to smaller passenger car hybrid vehicle. There are many choices to choose from. I talked about the fuel cell vehicles that we have as part of Project Driveway. For those that can qualify, you can go to Chevy.com/fuel cell and see if you qualify. You'll get a vehicle for 2 to 3 months at no charge. We would provide the fuel, and what we ask from you is data, information on how you use the vehicle. How do you like the refueling experience? It's our way of everyday people in these vehicles already that use them for their everyday transportation. Disney uses these vehicles on their campus. Celebrities have these vehicles, Jay Leno being one. The U.S. Postal Service in Irvine delivers mail with the fuel cell vehicle. So when it comes to vehicle electrification, we can't take the hydrogen-powered fuel cell vehicle off the road. It's a vehicle that does not use any petroleum, and the only thing that comes out of its tailpipes is pure water vapor. It gives you great performance. This Equinox, certainly I think the star of one of the many stars of this expo is the Chevy Volt. And it is again, this is the first California showing of it. It is an extended range electric vehicle. It's not a plug-in hybrid. It's not a hybrid. It gives you all electric power for roughly 40 miles on a lithium-ion battery pack. You plug it into your garage socket, and if you have a 40-mile commute, probably don't have a small 1.4 liter engine that's only there to generate electricity. That electric motor never drives the wheels. The only thing that drives the wheels is electricity. It will kick in when the battery is depleted to keep the vehicle moving and to recharge the battery on the fly. Roughly, you'll have basically a 340 all-electric range. But again, you will be able to plug this vehicle into a regular outlet and get 40 miles all-electric initial range. So if you have a 40-mile, I'm sure the catalytic converter is maintained, the seals on the generator is maintained. So from a maintenance perspective, every now and then that engine does have to turn over a bit. Now this is the interior of the Volt. It is unlike any interior that I have seen in a GM vehicle. It looks, to me, it's very iPod-like. And for GM, a lot of our turnaround is going to be dependent upon our styling and our execution, both from external styling and look at the family sedan shootout so that you can see how independent folks judge the Malibu. We are working very diligently to make sure that all of our new offerings, whether it's a CTS, whether it's a Vue, whether it's the new Camaro that comes out next year, the fit and finish, the gaps, and all of the things that 10 to 15 years ago people used to normally associate with GM aren't there. We have to make sure that these vehicles are spot on from the get-go, and as you see from the interior treatment of the Volt, we're light years ahead of value is going to be in the Q&A session when you can ask us what you think and we can respond accordingly. But in summary, for General Motors, we are, again, moving from mechanically driven products towards electrically driven products. We do believe that electric vehicle technology in all of its forms is the way that we would remove the vehicle from the environment and energy debate. And we also have to look at these challenges globally. What makes sense here in North America may not make an E85 ethanol when you can get the ethanol made from a non-food-based source, cellulosic, sugarcane, or other kinds of things. So that's the conclusion of the presentation. I invite you to watch the vote and then ask me some questions, ask all of us questions when we're done.
Thanks, Dave. That's real exciting. I'm waiting for 2010. I'll be there. Next up, we got Steve Ellis. He's the marketing manager for the alternative.